It is now time for your council recap with your friend Chad Brecklin and I skipped my part. Or is it your friend, my friend, Chad? Mm-hmm. Chad, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad we color coordinated today.
I know.
These are definitely the Fitchburg colors, so we've got that perfectly down. Nevertheless, we had a busy council meeting here, so we'll get right to it, starting with two proclamations.
Yeah, the first one is a proclamation celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Fitchburg Farmers Market that's held during the summer season on the Thursdays at the Agora Pavilion. And then the second proclamation was congratulating the Playcon Corporation for 60 years of growth, innovation, and achievement. Playcon is one of our many good corporate companies who reside here in the city of Fitchburg. They're located on McKee Road.
Yeah, they have definitely expanded. Even since I've been here, they've expanded. Not that I've been here a long time, but long enough to see some pretty cool stuff come out of there. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, we move on to commission and committee reports. We start under Plan Commission on a resolution to grant an exception here for a property.
Yeah, state statute has a limit on the number of CBRF or community-based residential facilities that can be in any one aldermanic district. This is not an uncommon resolution to see. I've seen it a handful of times over the last few years. This is specifically done for a project that's coming in the Terravessa neighborhood.
All right, our next resolution is reapproval of an amendment on a final plot request.
Yeah, so this is for Uptown. They're basically creating a plat there kind of west of Lacey Road, north of East Sherrill Parkway. They're extending a road, which I believe is planned to be done this year. And then that will also open up half a dozen lots or so for future development. That was approved.
All right, we move on to a resolution approving a certified survey map request for Mark Jones.
Yeah, the next two items are related to one another. Mark Jones is a resident on South Scion Road. He's looking to relocate a house from a development project up near Seminole and Lacey. And this process with the certified survey map and the rezone request will allow him to place that house on approximately just over 1 acre lot on his farm.
All right, and then I said number 4 was the rezoning of that property.
Yep.
We move on to resolution R-12326, approving certified map request for Patrick Kane.
Yeah, so the next two items are also related. This was a certified survey map, which creates 2 lots from one larger existing lot. I think there's also possibly a sale associated with this particular request. And then ultimately there was a rezone that would allow the property to go from exclusive agriculture to small lot agriculture. And both of those were approved.
All right, down the Board of Public Works, who has a resolution here approving agreement water service between the Village of Oregon and the City of Fitchburg for the State of Wisconsin Department of Corrections.
So the Department of Corrections is building a new juvenile corrections facility in southeast Fitchburg near the intersection of Highway M, MM, and Highway 14. They are seeking to get water and ultimately later sewer service, which will have to come from the Village of Oregon. So this agreement is the water service agreement between the Village of Oregon, the City of Fitchburg, and the Department of Corrections that will allow water service to be extended to this facility coming from the Village of Oregon, and that was approved.
All right, we move on to a resolution approving a Level 3 public charging agreement with Madison Gas and Electric.
Yeah, Madison Gas and Electric is looking to install 2 Level 3 charging stations, which I think would have capacity for 4 vehicles in total here in City Hall parking lot, and this was approved.
All right, we move on to a resolution here from our Parks Commission on a senior center wellness room and changing of fee schedule.
Yeah, so as the title might allude to, this relates to a wellness room in the senior center that is used for wellness-related activities. And Jill McCone, who is responsible for our senior center, is looking at finding consistencies and efficiencies between our senior center and our recreation operations, and recognize that this room's use policy and rental policy does not align with other rooms within the community center and senior center. So this resolution effectively brings this room in line with the others.
All right, to move on to ag and rural, I would say ag and rural, but agriculture and rural, and we have an ordinance here amending Chapter 22 for the Fitchburg Court of Ordinance by repealing and recreating Chapter 22 article. I should have stopped while I was ahead.
Yeah, there's a whole host of things going on with this particular ordinance change, and I would encourage anybody who has an interest in this to watch Ag and Rural Affairs. There was a rather extensive discussion there. All the associated documents and ordinance changes with red line versions are in the packet here. But ultimately, these changes, most of them are related to farmland preservation credits and other law updates or changes that we need to make in order to comply with state requirements.
All right, moving down the list here, we have our Public Safety and Human Services on a resolution to discontinue a contract with flock safety and use of flock cameras.
Yeah, so this item was also approved. So the Common Council voted to discontinue the contract with flock safety and the use of cameras. There was an amendment to this particular item creating a timeline of 120 days, as well as within that 120-day period to also eliminate the nationwide search or turn off the nationwide search feature related to this application. So again, this item passed, and will sound like the alders were open to alternate license plate recognition technology. So the police department and the city will need to determine what, if any, next steps will be.
All right, our next item is a resolution approving a development agreement.
Yeah, so this is a development titled Syncopation. It's happening on what's called the Fawside property, which is on Highway MM, between Highway MM and Highway 14, just to the south of McCoy Road. I think there's roughly 30 acres or so where a senior living facility, 2 multifamily apartment buildings, I think roughly 30 to 35 single-family homes, and roughly 40 townhomes are being planned in 2 phases. This is a developer agreement. This project, because of the complexities of the site, as I mentioned, the Fawside site is what's deemed a clean fill site. Construction-related debris has been placed there over the years to kind of level and grade the site to some degree. And, that's going to create some challenges for the developer in order to bring this development to fruition. So we worked with our public finance advisory firm, Ellers, as well as a developer to do an overall analysis of this particular project. And over the 2 phases, the city will be providing approximately $9.8 million in tax increment financing for the project. I think it's roughly $5.5 million in the first phase, and 4.3 in the second phase. And it's important to note that the analysis that's done is done in compliance with state statute, that it basically indicates but for public assistance with this program through tax increment financing assistance, this development would not be feasible. And this development, when complete as planned, would have a value of about $104 million. So for less than 10% overall cost and the investment and value of this, the city is able to get an infill development project done, again using tax increment financing, not tax levy.
All right. Was that approved?
It was approved, yes. Thank you for clarifying.
I want to steal your thunder,
but clarifying. Yeah.
All right. We move on to a resolution approving agreement for subdivision improvements.
Yeah, so this is for the Jamestown Quarry development, which is on McKee Road across from the Target Orchard Point development. And this particular subdivision improvement agreement is one of our standard subdivision improvement agreements with the developer here. And this specifically relates to one larger outlot that was kind of in between the existing apartment building that has been up and nearly completed in construction, and the activity that's happening with 4 outlot users on McKee frontage. This particular agreement covers the remainder of the site where another multifamily housing building is planned and retail center.
All right, and then we have a resolution here reducing Hasta-Hochi rental fees for HNI or Healthy Neighborhood Initiative grantees for the remainder of 2026.
Yeah, the Common Council wished to extend a reduced rental fee for the Hasta-Hochi for any prior HNI grant recipients for the remainder of this year. And that kind of follows the current grant cycle in which grant applicants were awarded additional points, if you will, or consideration for grant funding for running programming out of the Hasta-Hochi on Traceway Drive. So those grant recipients actually get a completely reduced rate to free with as part of their grant funding, and then obviously this extends a slightly similar offer, obviously a reduced cost, about 50% to other former recipients, and that was passed.
All right, our next committee of the whole meeting is May 27th of 2026, and next common council meeting will be in June. Appreciate the time, Chad.
Thank you.